I want to talk to you about the link between confidence and knowing what your strengths are. Because if you're not feeling confident right now, your brain is not thinking about the things that you're good at. It's thinking about what you haven't done well enough, what you're about to do, what you're putting off, what you need to do, and you're worried you can't do it. You're full of those self-doubts, you're full of those ideas that I can't do this sort of thing, this isn't me. That is the opposite of confidence. And they're just thoughts, they're just beliefs. The thing is, they've taken over your brain. And focusing on our strengths, allowing your strengths to get a word in edgeways up there and start to play the alternate evidence can be really helpful in giving you a bit of a confidence boost. Why am I talking about this today? Well, because there's a company that I follow, I use their tools, they're called Strengths Profile. I have their card deck, there you go, lovely cards, which I use when I'm coaching and I use with myself. And they at the moment are doing an offer until the end of January where to take their Strengths Profile test is absolutely free. So I'm going to pop the link to that below this video. But before I did, I thought I would take the test again and just share with you my experience. So this particular test focuses on your strengths. So it's a little different to things like Myers-Briggs, which tend to characterise you. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's a little bit of caution that I always exercise in terms of being typecast. Sometimes we can get this information and it can reinforce our beliefs about ourselves and make us more fixed rather than encourage us to be open. Strengths profile is very different to that in that it's all about what are you naturally good at? What are you naturally good at that you're using, your realised strengths, and what are you naturally good at that maybe is unrealised? The things that are things you naturally have a lot of energy and motivation and skill around, but maybe don't employ enough. So being reminded of those is really helpful for our state of confidence. So I went through the test again. I found it really interesting just answering the questions. It doesn't take long, 10 minutes maximum. As ever with these things, you're not meant to spend hours pondering the answers. But I did find myself during the test giving myself reminders that actually I'm stronger at some things than I think. So take, for example, organisation. I have a little bit of an internal dialogue that suggests that I'm not very organised. It probably goes back to school, maybe my early career. So, there's a little bit of a belief hanging around, an old belief that's about, well, I'm not that organised. People on the outside think I'm organised. I don't necessarily always believe I'm organised. And as I answered those questions on organisation, I looked around me and I'm like, well, there's a wall planner. I've got a Kanban board. I've just been planning my next few weeks of content in Excel. I've been reading and researching some things for some clients. So clearly my organisational skills actually are pretty okay. So just by doing the quiz, because of the way it's constructed, you may find that you get some lovely reminders of the things that you are naturally good at. And then at the end of it, you get a lovely report that confirms to you what your realised strengths are. So if ever you're in doubt, this is a moment you need to hear this. What are the things that you're naturally good at? But more importantly, those things that you are naturally good at, but maybe underplaying. Because they could be your secret weapons. They could be the skills, the capabilities, the things you have energy for, but maybe are not playing out in your current role or in aspects of your life. And that is really valuable information. So reminding yourself of your strengths, it just gives you that other voice that counters out the one that's all about doubt, so that you can remind yourself that, yeah, you're good at stuff. You have reasons to be confident.